What's up, everybody? Welcome to Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. How's everybody doing in the room? I am Joe from Steel Forge and Fire Sword and Knife. That's my patron channel. And we got Scabbo, Mr. Scab from Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. Unfortunately, Scab is not going to be able to join us until into the live a little bit. He had like some kind of a work thing to do. At least I think it's a work thing to do. I think they had to kind of relocate him to someplace else that he couldn't get out of. So, but he's definitely going to try his best to get back and join us on Blade Talk. But we got the next best thing to Mr. Scab coming into the room because I can't get no Mattisfaction. And here he is, the man, the legend, the myth himself, Mr. Mattisfaction. What's up, buddy?
Hi, everybody. I'm doing fine. How are you guys?
Okay, man. Okay. Who do we got in the room? We got JR, my new brother from another mother, is in the room. We got the most amazing BC Gerbs, Lone Wolf, Samurai Bird, my good sword friend. I know Yoto's in the room, my other most awesome sword friend, the always awesome Ali Carroll. We got the Aussie, okay, Pete Morrissey in the room. Lone Wolf is here. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Mr. Alex Gargoyles Blades is here.
Whoops.
Welcome, everybody. Patty, thanks for coming in, man. You grace us with your presence, my friend.
I never turned down an invitation from you guys.
It's just, the whole hairdo, the whole thing going on. I always abuse him about his hair. Not abuse him. I envy his freaking hairdo.
I try. Yeah.
Looking good, buddy. Like, looking good. How you feeling? You feeling good?
I am. Doing much better.
Yeah, so we got a lot of things we want to cover today. We want to talk about, I don't like talking politics or religion on my channel, on Blade Talk, but there's just certain little stupid things that you got kind of have to talk about sometimes, that just kind of irk you. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
And it's just, as you know, JR just sent me over a box of the Medford knives. And before I even did that whole kickoff yesterday, I kind of just tried to address that whole elephant in the room thing, with all the controversy going on with the owner and this, that, and the other thing. What do you feel about that? Like, oh, and the sword. We got to talk about the sword. Absolutely, talk about the sword.
How do I feel about it?
Yeah, does that kind of shit just bother you? I mean, me personally, I really don't care. It's not that I'm not sympathetic to like things that are going on. I don't like to correlate a specific knife from a company and with basically the doings or the non-doings of the ownership. As long as they're producing the knife that they're guaranteeing or they're advertising and you have in your hand what you're supposed to be having in your hand, I mean, that's kind of all that matters at the end of the day. But people just take that to the next level,
Yeah. For me personally, I'm able to separate, the maker from the knife. Like if I see a knife I like, I'm not concerned with whoever designed it, what they feel or anything. I'm like, this knife is going to do some cutting. That's all I care about. So, but, I understand the Medford thing. It gets nuts, but I don't know. I'm able to separate it. Like he has cool knives, and that's what I'm all about. Cool knives. I don't, like you said, I don't do politics and stuff like that.
And listen, if we basically looked at what every owner of every company does, or every president, or every movie star or every actress, we will get nowhere in life. It's just everybody has their own dirt, their own dirty laundry. We're all human, and we all basically do our own thing, and we just happen to be in the spotlight, and everything is kind of escalated and just hyped up to the point where it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I agree, but it's a hot topic for a lot of people, and that's fine. I separate myself from that. Like Tony said, it's not a personal relationship. I'm not buying the friendship. I'm buying a cool knife or a cool sword or something.
Yeah. But that's it. I kind of just nipped it on the butt right in the get-go. I have a lot of videos coming out, all of JR's knives. And that's it. I just wanted to kind of nip it, move on, and not bring it up again. That's, basically what I did. Addicted to Blades. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Johnny? Gruggs is in the room. What's up, Gruggs? We got, hey, it's the Johnsons in the room. Oh, Mikey's in the room. What's up, brother? Cerebral Ballsy. What's up, my man? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. How you doing? And we got Tony Boombots. Tony Boombots in the room.
I love his name. Every time I see it, I chuckle. And then
And
now that you said it with your New York accent, it's so much better.
Tony Boombots. You know what I want to tell you, Tony? I want to tell you, get Katsufai, Tony. Get Katsufai here, Tony. You know?
So awesome.
How you doing, Tony?
Hey,
Boombots.
Tony.
Oh, man.
I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately, so this is awesome.
Have you really?
Yeah,
The whole Jersey, the first Jersey family.
Oh yeah, because I never watched it before, and everyone's like, "You should watch it." So I've been doing it, and now everything's like, the gabagool, I love it.
It's hysterical. No, that's a pretty good show. How many seasons are you into it yet so far?
I'm in season 3, like episode 8 or something like that.
Yeah, it gets better and better, man. With the whole therapist thing, that show's a riot, man.
Oh,
everybody's got to watch that. Yeah, that's like Game of Thrones. You just got to watch The Sopranos at least once.
Oh, I did get the gonzo from you. What happened was you put a stamp on it, and that wasn't enough to pay for shipping, so the post office held it. So I had to go and pay the shipping, but luckily they had it back there. But I got it in the case down here. He sold me an automatic gonzo.
Right.
It's cool.
Okay. I can't promise you anything, JR. But I can promise you I'll wipe it off for you before I send it back. No. I'm not going to go that nuts with them, bro. Believe me.
Josh.
Josh is in the room. What's up, Josh? Thanks for joining us,
son painted this for me. I show it off as much as I can. That's awesome. It's a squirrel.
That's man cool. With your name there?
Yeah, it's like a geometric squirrel. I love it.
This was Josh's son that painted it for you and sent it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
With some really delicious barbecue chips.
Oh, yeah.
Grippos, I think it's called.
There's no mafia in the room there, JR. All right? The mafia died out a long time ago in my area. Giuliani put an end to that. A long time ago. What else is up, my man? How long you been on YouTube?
Just over a year. But I was watching stuff beforehand. But I didn't know anybody, so I just started a channel because I have anxiety issues and stuff, and I also wanted to share my hobby. So I started it, and then it's helping along the way. But then I started meeting all these people. Like I went into a live with Bees Blades and Grateful Panic, and they welcomed me, and it just went uphill from there.
I like Panic. Panic is just his lives are very calming.
I love it.
If that makes sense, they're very calming to me. His life.
It is.
There's just something about him.
Background.
Yeah, like there's something about his personality and his demeanor that's just very calming to me.
I like when he's talking and all of a sudden he'll stop and just read comments for like 5 minutes.
He would just stop dead in his tracks. He would just concentrate, stay there for a little while. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah.
And then he comes back.
back.
I love it.
He just doesn't give a shit. He'll just do it. He'll do his thing. That's what I like about it.
Oh man.
Cool. Thanks for putting the links up, Jerbs. I know you're a moderator. I can't see that you're a moderator on this StreamYard link, but I know I put you in this for a little while ago. What's up, Rusty Knife Lover? But yeah, man. Listen, it's funny that you say that about YouTube. There's so many people, including Scab, or including me to a certain point with the whole pandemic thing. A lot of people start content creating, even if it's just something simple, just to get out there, talking to people, communicating, with people with their interests and all that. It's a therapeutic thing. It turns into like a therapeutic thing, just like an escape. And it really does help a lot of people in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. That's one reason I started doing it. It gets me out there.
Right. Keeps your mind occupied. And I got to tell you, listen, and I don't have to tell you, you meet a lot of great people. And I think you meet all these great people because you come in, you're all focus driven on one particular area. And all the other bullshit in life doesn't really or shouldn't have to like include itself in there.
Nope.
And you're there just for the blades, for the knives, for up and comings, and then you know what? And you start having conversations along the way, and you start developing relationships with people. It's pretty damn amazing.
I think it's awesome. And,
Eric Hussein, what's up, bud? So Quiet Boys Cutlery. Scab is let me say, what's up, boys? He actually put his thing up over here.
It said he's in Western Florida right now, pulling a 35-foot trailer.
Oh yeah, so he had to be sent there for work and stuff. Don't worry about it, Scab. I'm holding on the fort. You did me that favor last time when I was in, I don't know where the fuck I was, Alabama. I don't know. Yeah, that's where I was. I'm losing track of where I am all week. Tomorrow I'm taking off to Utah.
Utah's nice.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
My son's wearing a little hat thingy. But yeah, Scabs, drive safe. Take your time.
Don't worry about it, buddy. If you could join us, you could join us. Join us in the chat, whatever you want, man. Do whatever you got to do, my friend.
I'm so thankful that I started chatting with him more because I would watch his channel, but I didn't really interact with him until he started making those finger bang videos. And then I for one just threw my hat in the ring just because I was like, this sounds like fun. And then we started talking more, and like, I love that kind of stuff. You build that cool camaraderie. And like, I'm a folder guy and he's a fixed blade guy. We're supposed to be separate, but I think like our videos bring everyone together.
Yeah.
Because there's a spot for everybody. You got your swords, folders, your collectors, your users, There shouldn't be a separation. I think that he's helping bond everyone together. And I think it's really cool.
Listen, he's always been, I know you've been there, JR. I'll take your word for it. I know you've been everywhere. When you really know Scab, you'll know that he is just, there's no ulterior motive to what he does other than the fact that he likes to basically, he's always been about building community.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started about a year ago too. And I came in, I came in more for swords, which I still am. And I really didn't know much about knives. So I said, you know what, I want to start getting, and then he kind of just, listen, he took time out. He gave me advice. After that, we just started talking. We started getting, becoming friends. And then he had approached me and says, listen, I'm thinking about doing like something with Blade Talk. Brandon's actually just joined in. So he's like, you want to do a talk show together, like a Blade show? I was like, that's awesome. He goes, like north, south, northern accent, southern accent. Yeah, I think it's going to be perfect. I'm like, I agree with you. I think that's awesome. And just, I went down to Florida to go see him. He's genuinely a good guy. And he's no bullshit. He is what he is. He is what you see on the screen is what he is in real life. There's no bullshit about him at all. There's nothing staged. And then when he made that video up, let me actually just get Brandon in the room. My man.
Brandon. What's happening, gentlemen? How is the day treating you guys?
Hot, bro. I know it's even hotter for you.
Yeah, 102 right now.
Holy crap.
Not my thing. I'm telling you.
Is that seasonably like what the temperature gets by you, or is it just really out of the ordinary right now?
No, it's not normally. Normally we do reach 100 for about 1, maybe 2 days, and it's usually like right at the end of June, the beginning of July.
Right.
And this year is like we had rain in the beginning of July, and then it's only been 70s and 80s. Here in the valley, yeah, we're not used to 100 all week long. Like
all week long.
We're predicted, for the whole week.
No, it's been really just over the top here in New York too. I mean, it's been like mid to high 90s for like
that's crazy.
5-6 days now. It's been insane. How about you, Matt?
It's always hot. I mean,
It's always hot.
Arizona. It's 126. It's
You're
fine.
actually dressed a lot. You got a flannel freaking shirt on. What's up with all that? All that clothing going on right now.
so I wear these because I burn like instantly. So it seems counterproductive to wear a long sleeve in the sun, but here I don't want that skin cancer.
Oh, as far as the sun is concerned, so you're
Yeah,
protecting
so-
your skin. Yeah,
So this is like thin, stretchy, but you could see through it.
right.
So
Right.
it actually helps keep you cooler.
Yeah. No, I hear you too. I used to be a sunbather when I was a teenager,
Ugh.
and then as I got older, I started getting skin grafts, and I take this out. This could turn into cancer. That could turn into cancer.
Yep.
I'm cut up all over the freaking place. So I'm like, now I just don't even bother with the sun anymore. Like, my arms are fine, but I try not to be that sunbather anymore. You just can't. You just can't do it.
We have so many skin cancer clinics here.
Yeah.
And what sucks
you
about
sure?
this long hair is it could happen, and I'll never know about it until, it's too late. But, so far so good.
I got you.
It's
So,
hot as heck.
Yeah, Brandon, we were just talking about Scab. I don't know if you caught a little bit of the live. He had to be sent in to do a continue work at another job site. So
yeah.
he's
He
in
said
the
he was
chat,
almost
I
out
think.
of gas.
That's what he said, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So I don't know. He might kind of join in on his way back or something like that, depending on how long we stay on.
I think
But,
we've actually had SPF 75. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've been paranoid with my kids as far as like with the lotions and stuff like that because I don't want to see them go through it. They say that the actual because my ex was a dermatologist. The first 30 years of your life, the amount of sunburns that you accrued in the first 30 years of your life can develop into cancer later on. So it's like the first 30 years is very prudent to see if you're going to develop cancer in those areas, depending how much sun or how many sunburns you had within the first 30 years.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's basically how it comes down to
The
it.
funny thing is, I've never sunburned until the last 2 years.
Really? Oh, so
Yeah.
you got that good pigment on your skin though. You don't really.
Yeah, my mom is a full-blooded Native American. So
There you go. That's what's
Yeah,
saving you.
You don't sunburn very easily. That's good.
no. Well, last 2 years, I guess. But I figure it's just old age kicking in.
Get darker. My background is all northern England. I am way out of my element in the desert.
That's basically my father. My father's his side of the family's from England and Germany, Switzerland. So I'm like a half partial native and a whole bunch of mixed shit. Legion Tactical, how you doing, buddy?
What's
Tony
up, Lee?
Boombots.
104 England. So Alex is about 102. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, they're getting crazy heat wave
it's a
over there.
nationwide just heat epidemic going on.
Yeah, it's getting crazy over there. Oh man, I got to turn on one more light here.
Scott,
got the
where's
Coldfield
Scott from?
Bush
Where's
Ranger.
Scott and from?
I know.
7 degrees.
The crazy thing is, here, it's hot at 107, 108, 109. But I don't know if it's psychological or not, but as soon as it hits 110, it's unbearable and excruciatingly hot. But 109 is like, oh, it's hot. But 110, it's like, oh my God, just
I
take
think
me
it's
now.
it's probably a mental thing.
Yeah, but especially, I mean, he's in the desert, so it's like an extremely dry heat.
We had storms yesterday, so it's only, Katie said 98 right now, so
But we had
high humidity. And we're not used to
High
humidity,
humidity.
but we're not as hot as you, so. And you're out in the garage, you have no AC.
Yeah. I pretty much let the door open when I got home and let the AC kind of push in here a little bit so I could hang out for a little
Get
bit.
one of those big ass freaking commercial fans to just blow the shit out of
That's
you.
what I need to invest in something. Yeah,
Like one of those big ass fans and just put it in the corner of the room. Those things, believe it or not, they just blow the heat right out the door.
I would
Yeah,
love to
I don't know how
see
you
you
do
try
that,
to I'd love to see you try to do a live and all the crap behind you like just blows off one thing.
Well,
at a
not
time.
when he's doing video. Actually, yeah, do it when you're doing videos, and it'll sound like you're in a freaking airplane and
Yeah,
you're holding shit down. That would be
in
mad
an
funny.
AC 130. Yeah, I'll sound like I'm in an
Sorry,
AC
guys, it just
130.
happens to be really freaking hot here. I got to put the jets on. Sorry about that.
Does this lynch clip fit this knife? No, not in the wind. It doesn't.
See, Kong
How
and
you,
Base.
like, how you liking those Medfords?
I am very, very impressed with the Medfords, and I actually carried one today for the first time because I honestly just picked them. I was walking out the door on Sunday. Delivery came in, signed for them, the whole thing, and then I just kind of put them down, and then I really just honestly, well, I did the review, obviously, not really review. I just kind of did an unboxing,
Yeah, like a
kickoff type of thing. And but I haven't been able to carry them around, so I am carrying one around. Actually, what was the name of it? It was the Maruada.
Yeah, the Marauder. Yep.
Marauda. Yeah.
Yep. I had the Slim MIDI I get to check out, which is basically it's a Marauder, but it's slimmer and a little more compact. Not by much, but
yeah. But the scrutiny that a lot that people are giving with these Medford knives is that they're a horrible carry. They're uncomfortable carry. I mean, listen, they're tanks. They're big knives. They're just
some of them are, yeah. I'd say that M48 that you have to check out. I think that is I feel like that's a pretty pocketable.
M48 is perfect. I mean, it's a nice flipper. It's a rear flipper. Yeah. That's nice. But I gotta tell you, I was carrying this thing around all day. I'm gonna see if I can get to my pocket. If you guys can see it here. All right, you see it in my pocket. Obviously, it's not a deep carry. But listen, the clip is perfect, okay? Goes in and out with no problem. I barely felt that this was in my pocket. I'm able to get a phone in here. I'm able to get a wallet in here. It's absolutely fine. I mean, it's definitely a big knife. It's a big, heavy knife, but it carries pretty well. It's really, I can't say it's not to the point where it's uncarryable. I mean, listen, if you compare this to like the 4-Max, okay?
Right.
So I get on the screen. 4-Max is a bigger knife.
4-Max is chunky. Yeah, it's a big knife.
I have the cold steel clips suck. Okay, these things rip apart your jeans. I think the Medford is definitely a more comfortable carry to me than the 4-Max. Even though I like carrying the 4-Max, but this is the Scab. But I feel like this is a much more comfortable carry. Also because it's got the titanium, it's got the smooth lining, it slides in and out pretty easy. This has got like more of that rigid lining on the Scab. But I had absolutely no problem whatsoever carrying that around all day. I barely felt it in my pocket, so I don't see any issues there whatsoever in terms of carrying it around.
Yeah, the 4-Max it's a beast of a knife. I had the Scout too, and I love the thing, but it's definitely one that can tear your pocket up with the clip.
Yeah. It's something about the clip. Like, listen, it does wear in time. Like my AD10, when I first got it, it was the same thing. But as you use it day in and day out, it starts wearing. It starts, kind of bending out a little bit more, and it starts wearing into your jeans a little bit better. It's not as bad. I would think probably the Scout is probably going to be around the same way. But very impressed, though. Yeah. Very impressed with how well this thing carried and how comfortable it's in the pocket. Even though it has the weight, I barely felt it in there. I mean, I was able to get things next to it. No issues whatsoever. So I don't see why it's such a big problem for certain people. Listen, they're not for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Everybody's has their own opinions, like it's just like most people have their own opinions about Greg. I mean,
yeah.
To me, it doesn't matter. The part doesn't matter. Is the knife good? Does the knife work? Do you like the knife? Is it comfortable for your hand? That's what matters. I don't care if it's made in China or America. I care if I like the knife, if I can use the knife, and if the knife works for me. Well, or, if you're Matty, you just get the craziest looking shit you can, and it's probably good anyway. Yeah,
I
just about
am.
every crazy thing it's out seems to be good.
I
What's
love
up, Tim
all
Maurice?
knives. Unique knives is what I go for too. I mean, look at this one. Satu Dave let me borrow this one. His namesake, the Satu. And
Oh
this
yeah,
thing's built just like a Medford.
Yeah, that
Huge.
thing is a
yep,
beast.
yep.
I love
It
big
is.
knives though.
It's very
I love
reminiscent of
big
a Medford.
knives. I love.
It's
I don't
big,
like
but
knives that get lost in my pocket. I like.
the ergos are actually surprisingly really good on that tattoo. Really
It
good.
is.
It
It is
looks
good. It is.
blocky as hell, but it's really comfortable.
This right here is particularly comfortable.
It is. It looks like it.
Yeah,
How does
yeah.
the
I
clip
thought
feel
that
in your
too.
hand? How does
You
the
don't
clip
feel it.
feel in your palm? You don't feel it?
No, because it's very, very small.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
So,
No, the clip, yeah, the clip is awesome on that thing.
That's a frame lock, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
Yeah,
his
that's
patented claw close technique.
nice.
But
That is
see,
nice.
like those Medfords, I like big giant knives. That's kind of like Cold Steel. That's why I got into Cold Steel first before all brands. I saw this guy.
Cold steel is
Oh,
their
yeah,
staple is big
fantastic.
folders.
Right here.
Pocket sword, man. Pocket sword.
I love it. I love it all. And Cold Steel, they just make the biggest, beefiest, affordable knives you can get.
Folders, yeah, folders. Yep.
Yeah. Even their fixed blades, they have some really strong fixed blades, like the Warcraft and the
Yeah. I like their tomahawks. Tomahawks are pretty fun to play with.
Next 6 are smaller sizes. Yeah, I would like to see some of this. I mean, I don't mind it, JR. I like big freaking knives. I don't mind it at all. And the way this thing carries in the pocket, I have absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. This is the what I have here. This is the M48. This is a nice, slimline knife. It's got a good, basically a good open. It's got okay detent, not the best, but it's great. And I believe this is S90V.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a majority of Greg's folders run on washers.
Yeah.
Because washers are just a lot more reliable when it comes to
Nice.
knife thing.
Is that the
And
one you chopped
so
with
the
on the video?
Is it what?
Is it the one you chopped with on the video? Or was that a
No.
knife? Was that a Bowie?
That was over here.
Well,
Let me
you
get
use
that one.
like a machete or something, man.
Yes.
That was an awesome video, though. I love that video. I'm gonna take the rock wall out there. It's the same damn knife all 3 times. I love that shit.
Conga Bases, what's up, buddy? Welcome from Germany. 3 a.m. in Germany right now. Going to bed soon. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, man. I wish we could kind of be
That's awesome.
good for all times, but the way YouTube is spread out, you just can't be.
Yep.
You know what, Kong? I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on really late at night one day. Maybe you'll join up, and everybody else will stay up with you, buddy. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll be up and it's morning time there. Yeah.
Scott, I don't know if I said hello to you yet. What's up, buddy?
So okay. I forgot I put it away. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
This is what I used to chop that tree.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. That's a nice handle on that too.
Yeah, this is the Tops Max Punisher.
I like the curvature at the end there. Basically, you get nice and firm in your hand. No, that's nice.
Oh yeah, and it's sharp all the way. This thing is very sharp.
Tops makes great knives, man.
They do. There's I got all the ickies on here.
At least you could prove to people that you use your stuff.
I use
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Listen, I love it that Scab made that video because he made it because it was just the first thing that came up in his mind, and he just did it.
Yep.
And I love what turned out of it because, you know what it is? It grew some kind of an awareness that there could be some kind of a separation there. And if there is a separation there, why is there?
Yep.
Why is there? There shouldn't be. I mean, listen, Everybody does their own
just-
thing. Some people are collectors. Some people don't like using their knives. They collect them. They don't want to maul them. They don't want to basically have to sharpen them. They want to have them preserved the way they bought them. And I respect that because some people have just a love affair with their blades and they want to keep them pristine. You know, you're the collector, or you're the person that basically uses their knives, works with their knives, and they need something they use. You know, or somebody who just likes to. It's everyone has a different way of approaching it. You know, and you got to respect it either way.
Yeah, the thing is there, it is kind of split in a sense of fixed blades and folders, right? So there are some people out there zero fixed blades, all folders. That's all they want to collect. That's all they care about, and that's awesome. I mean, if you're a collector, you're a collector, and that's just great. But the problem comes when they start, it's all about the detent or the open close or, the size per se. People have a problem with expressing that they only like, a strong detent.
Right.
If it doesn't have it, it's garbage. Well, it's just not true. It's not all about the detent.
It is. To be honest with you guys, I really couldn't give a shit about detent as much. I really don't. I mean, it's not going to make or break something for me. If it has good detent, is it better? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a little easier to, one-handed operation type of thing. But it doesn't bother me that much. Like, the detent on these Medfords is not great. Does that mean that they're bad knives? No, they're just built differently. They're built perfect.
Yeah, I mean, well, the detent on the Medford could be good. And it probably actually is good.
Yeah, but these are brand new. These are literally brand new.
Yeah, it's the washers.
Yeah.
But the more it opens and closes, the smoother the washer is going to get. And over time, the detent's really going to start to show. Like the knife's going to start snapping, and yeah, it's not a huge thing, if it's a detent or not. It's just that's people parting themselves. That's where the separation is. They're all about the folder, and they see Scab, and Scab's like, he doesn't care about how he opens a folder. He just wants to open the fucking folder.
Yeah, he just.
I agree. That's what really matters. Can you open it?
I think the detent thing falls into the collector's category because they're really the only ones who care. Me, when I look at a knife, I only care.
What's up, Chattanooga?
If it's comfortable and if it stays open. I don't want a knife to close on my fingers.
Yeah. You don't want any lock rock, or
I look at that stuff.
You want to know that the lockup is solid.
And some knives are designed in other countries, like Germany. You can't have a one-handed open knife, so they're designed to be open with two hands. And people come here in America, and they're trying to open it with one hand and complaining about it. So I kind of
Midgard Messer.
Yes,
I can open several of his knives with one hand. Of course, a lot of people say they can't, but I love Midgard Messers. The Little Viking is probably one of my favorite knives.
They're
but yeah, I agree. I think detent more to the fidgeter than anybody.
The fidgeter, yeah.
Yeah, the people who fidget, and honestly, I think Kev. I love Kev to death. He's one of my brothers, obviously, and he's all about the detent. He is the detent diva, but he's a fidget guy, and he straight up tells you that it's all about the fidget for him. It's the fidget factor. He doesn't, tell you that the knife is shit because it's not for him. He just tells you that the detent's not for him. But then he's into fidget toys, and that's kind of replacing him flicking his knife so much. So, I mean,
and you could see in the chat already. There's already a separation.
Yeah. I was just looking at that too.
Experience. I care about detent and finish work, and then triad. Does it stay open? Does it cut?
What do you think about I mean, like I said, this is my first go ahead, and I am gonna test them. I'm I'm going to use them. I'm going to do some stuff with the Medfords. What do you think about the Triad locking system compared to the locking system on the Medfords?
Triad's the best lock, hands down.
The triad lock, in my opinion, is almost an unbeatable folding lock.
And what's cool about it is as you wear the knife down, the Triad lock auto adjusts itself.
Right.
Yep.
So it'll last longer than the blade itself.
I'm going to run this through its courses. I want to see how strong it is, but I mean, just from holding it and feeling it, it's damn near like close as I can think of to the Triad locking system. But I'll see how it works out, how it feels, and all that. But the good thing is, the thing about Triad locking system, you're getting that probably the best locking system on the planet at a certain price point, and that's the beauty of it. You can get
that's the beauty of Cold Steel.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of Cold Steel.
You could buy a Fin Wolf from Cold Steel for $40, and you have a Triad locking system on it.
Look at this. This is from my son's knife collection. This is a mini Recon 1, like $15. Triad lock.
Got a Triad lock.
The
Yep.
tiniest
little mini Triad lock. That's cool.
Yep.
They just throw it in everything.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, when Roger Demko tested that, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video. He's got videos of testing them. I mean, 400 plus pounds of weight on the lock, and it doesn't budge. You could take a frame lock and most of the time you get around the 250 pound range, and the frame lock starts to give way.
Yeah,
it's the titanium starts to separate because the weight is on the lock. And the new Shark lock is an amazing lock, amazing system, but he even says it's not as strong as the Triad lock.
Yeah.
What's
the tri-action stuff that Chattanooga's talking about? You guys more the knife guys than I am.
If I'm not mistaken, he might be talking about the knife that folds into 3 pieces.
Oh, okay.
If that's what he's talking about. But you can still buy them now, but they cost a lot. Although I think his new company, Never Unarmed, is kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Or they're going to.
Hinderer Collector. I'm actually going to be reviewing my next series of knives. I think it's going to be Hinderer knives. So I'm going to be, which is great because I want to really get my fill of the Medfords, and I want to then go into the Hinderers and see how they are, how they compare, how they carry, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's the gravity knife. They're pretty cool. Snuz has one.
See, Shane made a good point. Listen, good pocket knife, you need to have a sharp blade, safe lock, comfortable handle, everything else extra. That's really what it comes down to. I mean,
Shane is right.
That's really all it comes down to. I think, if anything, one thing that we can all agree upon, whether it be my katana, whether it be your buoys, whether it be fixed blade, whatever, pocket knives, we just want sharp edges. I think we could all agree upon the fact that a knife edge should be sharp. That's it.
I agree.
That's the one thing that I think we can all agree
yeah.
on. I mean,
that's the function part of the tool.
See, me personally, I couldn't give 2 shits about the steel. Not that I don't care. I mean, it's nice to have good steel. The edge retention, the whole 9 yards. I don't care about the steel as much as I care about the handle. The handle for me is the most important factor of a pocket knife. How it feels in the hand, how it grips, and just how I can use it, for long periods of time, for something quick out of the pocket. I'm more concerned with the handle more than anything else.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, being comfortable should be number one.
And most people who are steel snobs probably shouldn't be, because we're just using our knives to open up boxes of other knives. But I guess it's cool to say you have, M390 or whatever, but I'm not going to really go test out M390 and see what it can do until its breaking point.
Right.
I'm going to cut tape.
Right.
And I think that's what most people do, but that's part of the collecting part.
But
it's just
as a longevity thing, if you want to basically get the best steel, you want to have one good knife that you want to rely on day in and day out, and you want that one knife, then you know what? The Medfords at Hinderer, they're an older man's carry. That's really what they are. They're an older man's carry. They're not just basically for, the newcomers or the casual collectors or anything like that. You get that knife, you got great steel, great construction, and you rely on it day in and day out. And if your job calls for it, it's going to be of use to you and it'll grow with you. And that's basically it,
I agree.
Yeah. But listen, Ors 10A, I'm a big fan of Ors 10A steel. I think it's fantastic.
Especially cold steels. They have nailed it.
Oh, they got it down
Yeah,
packed, man.
Cold steel has the heat treat for Austin A. So, I mean, without a doubt, they make the best Austin A.
And a lot of people are worried that they're going to change with the new company, but I don't think they will. They don't want to mess with that formula.
No.
They're going to lose a huge fan base.
I don't listen. He didn't spend all his life bringing cold steel to what it is today, to walk away. As far as what I think, I could be completely wrong. To walk away and not know that the company is going to be held to a certain value even after he leaves. I think to a certain extent, he is still involved. He still has a voice. And I can't see him walking away from this empire that he made, that he built from ground up, and not know that that cold steel is still going to keep its name and still going to make the product that we've all known to have, for all these years.
I think cold steel won't change for the most part. I think they might come with, they might bring in a couple different designers because that's what they're trying to do is to build even more, to make a bigger company. But they're just trying to build off of what's already established. What's established cold steel is big, durable, folding knives. I mean, that's mainly what they deal with. So I don't think that part's gonna change. I feel they're gonna branch into other knives for sure because it makes sense.
That's the business end of it. Well, I mean, the good thing that's coming out of it is, and what's up, Dwayne? Thanks for coming in, bud.
Hey, Dwayne.
They're offering really good quality knives at really some good budget prices. They're giving you options. Like, listen, not many people could afford, the line steel Formax. Okay. But you know what? With the Scout, people are having a Formax type of knife very close to it, for what, $100? What is it, about $100 now? $110 or something like that?
Yeah, it's actually just on sale for $60.
Yeah, they're really cheap, and it is a badass freaking knife, and it's,
I think the lens version was 400, 450, something around there.
I just think they're giving people more options now. I think if anything, something good is coming out of it, that they're giving people more options to get into cold steel knives, have a really good quality knife at a, pretty good, reasonable budget price,
Yeah.
Shane, Kubi does do good Austin. I've got to try a couple of them now.
Kubi really came a long way, huh?
Yeah, the last couple of years, their game has went way up. I
mean, I've seen a lot of Kubis that Donnie's been reviewing. I mean, they're beautiful freaking knives. I mean, and listen, he tests them. He runs them through their courses. I mean, they're pretty damn good knives.
Yeah, they make quality product without a doubt. I mean, Colin Macy Pierre is a designer for him.
Yeah,
the Recon. I have exactly the same one.
It's one of the best knives out there.
I won't argue with you.
Well, I brought it out because Legion said it, so I was like, yes.
I love my code 4, man.
This is a cool knife. Yeah. I'm glad we're talking cold steel.
But I personally see, like, if I had to say, I think Kubi makes much better knives than Civivi. I don't like Civivi. I don't like the handles.
Civivi has a couple of good ones. I mean,
I'm not.
I feel like they changed and went the wrong direction now. But yeah, Civivi is acquired taste, I think.
There's just something about any of them that I held in my hand. I'm just not comfortable with the handles and stuff. The blades are great. They're built well. They're good knives. But there's something about the handles I don't like.
Have you tried this one?
I haven't tried that one.
I
No.
just got this
That
one.
one's
This one's
good.
actually
That's
pretty comfortable.
better.
one of the
That's
best.
better.
That's one of the best.
Let me see it in your
button
hand.
locks.
How big are your hands?
My
Large,
hands
It's
are
full. It's a full size knife. Yeah. And
large gloves.
extra large.
Oh,
These are
Oh yeah, so
he's
that's
got
pretty
extra
damn good.
large.
That's pretty damn good. That fits your hand pretty well.
I get all four
Bad.
fingers on there,
That's not bad.
and you can still choke up.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This is a good one though, and it's a button lock, but like it's
That's
a good button
that's my
lock.
favorite button lock from Civivi.
Yeah, give this a try. Here. Let me hand
Bring
it
it
over.
up. Bring it over.
Give this one a shot though. You might like this one.
We got to do like a trick one day on a live and have the same freaking knife, and you pass it from one side to
hand
the
it
other,
across.
and I'll go like this. Oh, thanks, man.
That would be cool.
We'll bug people out, man. I think I'm gonna try that one day. You know?
Oh, that'd be funny. I have some meats for sure. Well, Scabs measured his, and I did the same thing. Mine came out to 5.5 inches wide here. But like Cue Ball has some big hands. Cue Balls are way bigger than
Yeah,
mine.
he's a big dude. One hand knives, you know, lots of carried all my cool knives. No thumb style, you know, for palms. Oh, where he's from, yeah, in Germany.
I don't even know what steel is on this knife anyway.
Yeah. Lots of parts of Europe. Some can't have locking knives; they have to be slip joints.
Nitro V. Okay.
A lot of them have to be two-handed.
I agree with you, Scott, 100%.
How's it going, Budget Blade Reviews?
Let's just see. I'm trying to catch up on the chat a little bit.
Oh yeah, the SR1 Lite is amazing, and surprisingly, a lot of people are saying the SR1 Lite is better than the actual SR1.
I've had both,
know
and
why.
I do enjoy the S1 Lite better.
So you're one of those too, okay?
Yep,
I've
I
never
got
had
it.
the real one.
They're both great knives, but I do like the SR1 Lite better than the SR1.
Okay, you had one for $38. I gave 2 of them away before.
Yeah,
I
they're
kept
great
ordering the
knives.
Tonto. I'm a Tonto guy.
Me too. I
And
like
they
that.
kept giving me the clip points, and I was like, no. So I just gave them away instead of returning them. But I
Josh
used one for a
Branson.
while.
I'm
It was cool. I
I'm
liked
carrying a
it.
Josh Branson knife right now.
What's up, Eric?
Enjoying
I see you cutting again, buddy. I haven't had a chance. I just saw the video before when it's live. I got to finish it up.
That thing's got some
it. I'm
curves
digging it.
on
I'm digging it.
That's like a
It carries good, Josh. It carries good.
good old Brady Bunch.
EDC for fun. What's up, buddy? I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys know Eric Hussein?
Know who?
I mean, I watch Eric Hussein's channel on the subscriber, but
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I don't
actually
personally know.
just got into 1,000. Congrats, Eric. And he's a big sword guy, but he's a great cutter. He's a great cutter. But he's got a problem though. He's got issues. His idea of sharp is just mind blowing sharp. And I actually worry about his own health because his obsession.
Yeah,
he works at shit so hard to keep things sharp. He's out of his mind. I actually worry about his freaking mental health. Worrying about having things. We actually call it insanely sharp. You know, it's his own corny freaking phrase. He's crazy with his sharpness, but he's good at it. He keeps his stuff like pin straight sharp. Like if you really see some of his videos, like his knives are so freaking sharp. I mean, literally, you can probably cut hair, you know, in half with it. You know, it's nuts.
Well, there's a part where you need hardness with the sharp. Kind of like when you want to cut glass, you could have the sharpest tool you have, but if it doesn't have hardness above 65 HRC, it's not going to cut glass.
See what I like about the Recon ones, Grugs? They're inexpensive knives. I mean, also the S35 VN steel.
Yep.
It's got great steel, nice tonsil tip. You know, it's got a good, robust 4-inch blade, a solid 4-inch blade on that thing. And who was it that was using it on Instagram? His name escapes me right now. I don't know why. but he told me what he's done with that knife, hiking, 4 miles a day in the snow and just dropping it off like 6-foot ladders. I mean, that thing just keeps on going, man. That's definitely a good series of knives.
Oh, it is. And all the contours make it so comfortable.
Yeah.
For bare hand and glove.
Yeah, I just love them, man. I've always loved.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that. I would like to know from the Hinderer collector, what tests have you done to establish that Hinderer knives are better than Medford? That's a very valid question.
He's a Hinderer collector.
I mean, it's a valid question. I mean,
but it is, yeah. Shane's right.
Back it up. Back it up. What have you done? What's your reasoning of why?
It's kind of like,
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, what's the reasoning behind it? Is it just because you're a Hinderer fanboy? Which is nothing wrong with being a fanboy of a knife. There's nothing wrong with it at all. There really isn't. It's good to love certain brands, but where's the backing on that?
That's true. That's true. And I'm pretty sure it's knowing Brant, it's because he is a fanboy, which is okay. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But I'm telling you, I've had them all in my hand, and one of the best I have is Spartan blades. They're just as good as Greg Medford.
Do you guys watch Joe X? You guys watch Joe X?
Oh, he's the guy that
he
destroys things, right? I've seen a few of his videos.
I love it.
I got to tell you, there is something to be learned. Listen, it's split. There's some people who basically look at it and say, that's not what the knife was made for. You're desecrating the knife. You're disrespecting the blade. You're not you know what? It's just everybody has a view, and I respect everybody's view. But I got to tell you, there is something to be learned. See him.
I mean, I agree with respecting the designer and what they accomplished. But
I respect that. I know. I could never do it myself.
But the thing is, I mean, it's his blade, right? Either somebody gave it to him to destroy, or he bought it himself. At that point, it's his. The designer already got their respect. He bought it. He used his hard-earned money. If he wants to destroy it, by all means, that's his choice. There's definitely something to learn by watching.
There is something to be learned.
See how much abuse the blade will take.
Yes. And if you notice, a lot of the harder steels, better edge retention, harder steels, S35, all of these supposed super steels, which are much harder steels, but also gives you really excellent edge retention. Those are the first knives to break under the pressure. The softer steels, it's all about. They bend but not break because they're softer.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's all about the heat treat at that point and what HRC rating they're going for. Pocket knives, most everybody wants a 60 or above for edge retention purposes, whereas fixed blades, where people know they're going to pry, they're going to beat, they're going to chop, they're going to. They look for HRC of 56 to 58 because the steel's got a little give at that point.
Right.
It's smart to break things sometimes to take them to destructive points so you know exactly what a blade will take. What a lock will take.
The only thing I wish he would implement, which would be a lot more useful, after he breaks the blade, he's got to find a way to get a really good extreme close-ups of the grain of the steel. I would love to see on some of these knives what the grain pattern is on the steel. Matthew Jensen, he does that. He brings some sorts of failure that he gets for samples, but he shows you close-ups of the break and shows you the grain structure, and that explains sometimes how the heat treatment was on the blade to see should it have broken that quick or not. You can see really, when you're cutting a blade in half, how the grain structure is, and you could tell how tight the grain structure is if the heat treatment was spot on and how it was formed. So I think that's something I wish he would kind of implement, because you could get a lot more out of the video even from seeing that.
Mora. That's a Mora, huh?
Mora.
That's what BC Gerbs was talking about. I agree with him.
Mora. Yeah.
Cheap $10 knife, but this thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mora is a staple for fixed blades. Honestly, it's been around for ages, and
Is that more
it's
like a
scan-
Skinner,
it's
like a
candy
Skinner, like a
grind.
fish Skinner knife, or
It's Scandi grind, so it's more bushcrafty
bushcrafty? Okay.
with the
Yeah, but
Scandi
you
grind.
could, but I mean, you could use it for fishing.
You can use
or-
it for anything.
Yeah, they're just for cheap knife. They're a good knife.
Yeah, it's like $10. And I put it in backwards, but yeah, $10 gets you a good knife.
Well, $10 definitely can't get you a good sword.
Yeah, I've seen that as well, Shane. I've seen somebody take a blade and bend it to 90 degrees and then reheat it enough to just get it right back to almost perfectly straight. I think the HRC was probably around, I think he said it was around 54 or 56. So it's fully possible.
So she went down, throwing 90 degrees, and went right back to straight. Yeah, because there's steel.
JR, I agree, JR. I think Hinder makes a great knife too. I don't know if they're better than the Zipper.
What do you think, JR? Because you
they make
you
great
have a
knives.
collection. You have a full collection of both. I mean, what do you think? You know, and I actually can't wait to get my hands on some Hinderers too.
That's my baby, just in case you guys are
I
wondering.
think he's right with what he said. It's a matter of preference.
Matter of
Yeah. Some people like the feel of a Hinderer, some like the feel of a Medford.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to how you just
Is the
feel about
cost
it.
factor about the same?
Is the what? Cost?
Cost
Oh,
factor.
sprung right back. Okay.
Yeah, but some Medfords can go up in price a lot. Like the Praetorians can head up to
Yeah,
1,000.
Praetorian tees are like $900 to like thousands. But I think Hinderer's customs. Well, he used to do customs. I don't know if he still does or not. I'm sure he probably does. They're probably up there in the thousands.
This is the Proxima. This is a sharp look, and this has got basically nice movement on it too, man. This is look at the grind on the steel. This is a beautiful knife.
Satu Dave just showed me his newest Medford, and it looks like the K-bar fighting knife.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
Mano on it. I looked up the price. That thing's $850.
Yeah, $50. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what? He's the kind of guy that doesn't care. He chases a knife, and he gets it. And
I
then
mean,
he
I have a lot of respect for Satu, man. He's one of my good buddies.
Oh,
He keeps American because that's the agreement he has, but he's still a knife guy. He'll tell you he wants to check everything out.
This one's $900, JR. Yeah, this one's $900.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
If I knew it was $900, JR, I probably wouldn't have carried it all day today.
no take backs.
Liar, JR. It's 40
I think
bucks, man.
I think if I knew
I
it
would.
was $100, I don't think I would have carried this all day today. I'm gonna have to.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to
you can
hire a
tell that one
bodyguard
there.
to
It's
carry
a
your
flame.
knives, JR. Armored guard to carry my knife. Oh man, it is beautiful, man. It's just I'm really digging these knives, and it's in my wheelhouse, man. I love big knives. I love feeling like I have a knife. That's just how I like it, you know. I like that cold steel in my pocket. But speaking of swords, man, I think it's time for you to unleash your sword over there, Mr. Matt. For my sword guys in the room.
Oh, the sword, yes.
You got his sword.
Here we go.
Speaking of cold steel.
Yeah, this is my cold steel katana.
I love knives. What's up, bud? Howdy.
Oh,
Alexa, stop.
okay.
Make sure you wipe that down after you're done with it.
Oh, I
Get
will.
your fingers on it.
I got the box for it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a true hardened blade.
It's cool though. I like it. It feels pretty neat.
Is it heavy to you? How does it feel to you? Does it feel balanced to you? In terms of the tip, is it tip heavy?
Not really. I mean, I can maneuver it pretty good. I mean, I'm not like you guys, but
I think you shouldn't even bother with the Ronin. I think you should go cut shit up in the backyard. You don't have to worry about that thing. You have
Yeah.
bamboo anywhere near
Watermelon.
you? You have bamboo?
no, we have dirt. I live in a compound.
Yeah, dirt.
I was kidding.
I could find something.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you could get your hands, well, listen, if you could get some poo noodles, you stuff them up with something, or if you really want to make a mess, you get like a lot of newspaper, wrap up a lot of newspaper into like a mat type of thing, soak it for about a day, and then let it dry for about a half hour, and you can cut that. That's a hard target, but I think the weight of that sword, you should be able to get through that. You just got to make sure your edge alignment is good so you don't bend it or break it.
I don't want to break it. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
And
gotta be careful.
Shane, nobody uses it more than Addicted to Blades too. I love watching his videos.
Oh yeah, he's
man.
having a ball.
I love
He's
it.
having-
I love it when he's throwing shit, man. He's
Yeah.
throwing knives, throwing axes, throwing.
Yeah, John's having a ball with his swords, man. I like to see that. That's cool.
I don't know what series this is. I bought it like 18 years ago, so I don't know. Back then, it was just called the Cold Steel Katana or something like that.
Yeah. I
So
think
I
it's
don't
a
know.
warrior. I think that model is like the warrior katana or something like that
Yeah.
right now.
But I love it though. It's cool. I've never
I-
cut with it.
I don't see why there's a reason for you to have to go get a Ronin if you got that in your hands. You can cut with it as long as you don't abuse it. It'll be fine.
I think I will. It's
What
gonna be
do
fun.
we know what the steel is on that? Is it probably like 1045?
I have no idea.
No, it's
There's
not
no
1045.
markings on it.
It's not
Maybe a
1045.
1060?
I think Cold Steel has some kind of I think it might be a spring steel, some kind of a spring steel.
Spring
might be.
steel, yeah.
I don't remember how they made them back then, but I know it was some kind of a proprietary steel from Cold Steel that I think they made on that back then. I could be wrong though. If you guys know, let me know in the chat.
Yeah,
But,
let me
yeah.
know. I'm pretty curious. Back when I bought it, I really liked swords, so I didn't really research it. I was like, ooh, a cool samurai sword and one that's not from the mall.
Yeah. No, that's definitely good to cut with. I think you don't need to look any further. You can definitely go into the backyard tomorrow and start cutting with it. Get some poo noodles, cut up some poo noodles. If you're able to get your hands on some tatami mats, those are the best things to cut. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that
We
stuff.
got tons of pool noodles here.
Yeah, I'm
There
sure.
you go. Who knows? You know. Watch out for more Addicted Blades to use source. You know.
You cut out a little bit
Some
over there,
samurai
Brad.
bird. Yeah, it's hot, man. Internet sucks when it's hot.
The folding. Right there. Oh, Miss Freak Show's here. Hello, Miss Freak Show. The baby is just making so much noise.
It's a pleasant noise, though. It's actually, I miss that noise of my kids when they were young. My kids are older now.
Yeah, me too.
Well, this one just
Me too.
making a noise just to make it. He's doing this.
It's
Aberdeen.
you can't help not appreciate. I mean, you can't appreciate it when you're in the moment, but when it's not, when those voices are not there anymore, and it's like, Dad, I need a car. Dad, I'm going to college next year. I need my books.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that. Today is his second birthday, so he's eating spaghetti right now.
Oh, yes,
but
happy birthday to your son. That's right. Happy birthday.
yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. 2 years old is it's a weird age. 2 years old is a weird age. Terrible two is what they call it still. Yeah, terrible two.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely the first one was not terrible twos. He was terrible threes. This one is terrible, like so far from one to ongoing.
No, I miss it, Tony. I miss the sound. I don't know.
Miss the
I miss
sound.
it. You know what it is? As a grandfather, it's different because you can basically they'll come over, you enjoy them for a day, maybe a weekend, but then they go home.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? Then they go home. They don't come home with you. So
You
I
guys
think
get them all sugared up.
you know, but what I'm trying to say is you enjoy them for a short periods of time. They don't come home with you. So I think you enjoy your grandkids more than your own children. You know.
I'm enjoying it, but like, it's alive right now, so he needs to, respect that.
Yeah, tell him that.
Hey, respect it.
Maybe if you
Hey,
repeat it a couple
Stevie, what's
times.
happening, brother?
Ooh, Stevie.
What's up, Stevie? Thanks for joining us on Blade Talk, buddy.
I forgot what we were talking about now. I completely derailed our conversation.
We're talking about swords.
Kids,
We were
kids,
talking about swords.
respect,
Kids, swords.
live respect.
We're talking about kids with no respect at 2 years old. No respect at 2 years old. What's the world coming to right now?
No respect at all.
What the hell, man?
Do you have a sword, Thrashman? Brandon?
I do. It's not anywhere near me. I have a couple actually. They're both like 2 or 3 katanas. I can't remember anymore. They've been in the attic since I moved in.
You gotta bust them out.
Yeah, no, I need to bust them out, dust them off, find a spot, hang them. I'm not a. I mean, I've cut with them before, but I'm
hoping they're not
I'm not a
rust
professional
buckets
like
point.
you.
Hope they're not rust buckets at this point, buddy.
Yeah, it could be.
They're high carbon steel, right? They are high carbon steel,
yeah,
right?
one of them is
You gotta take those out. You gotta take a look at them.
The other two are 1095.
Yeah, you gotta take a look at those.
Yeah, I had them oiled really well though, and then wrapped in a trash
as long as
bag.
you stored it, oiled, it's okay. It just depends on how humid it gets by you.
Yeah, it doesn't get real. We don't get real humid here. I mean,
then you
a
should
little
be okay.
more than desert. But.
Yeah, see, like Scab, I gave Scab has a katana from Carl Ruger. He sent them as a gift, and I sent Megatron a Waki. And but he has to keep those things oiled all the time because it's so freaking humid by him that those things will rust up really quick. So it depends on the environment that you live in and the level of humidity. That's what will rust the blade.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to take care of them and keep them oiled. Because if you think about it, it's raw steel. That's really what it is. It's raw steel.
Well, it's just that's all high carbon steels are raw steel. I mean, I think 2 out of the 3 I have are differentially hardened, so you get the edge is a different hardness than the spine of the blade.
Softer, yeah.
So you can literally get rust in the spine, not the edge, or reversed. And
see, that's why, Matt, that sword, that through hardened blade is good for a beginner because it won't take it won't take a set, if you have a bad cut. It won't bend as easy at differentially hardened. But
because all the steel is the same strength from the edge all the way through.
The drawback is the fact that you can never get it to the same keen, sharp edge that you can with a differentially hardened blade. That's why some people don't like true hardened blades. They can't get to the edge that they want. And you also have to sharpen it a lot more often when you do a lot of cutting. But it is good for a beginner because it's less prone to break. It's less prone to bend on you if you hit a target with a misaligned edge cut.
And I like the fact that it would let me practice sharpening because I look forward to opportunities to practice.
Yeah,
I'd like to get really good at it.
Listen, if you really want to go nuts and you want to get whetstones and you learn how to do it with the whetstones, that's a very therapeutic, time-consuming thing to do. Is to sharpen a sword with whetstone.
Yeah, you get lost in it for sure.
You could get lost in it for sure. But if you want to just sharpen up real quick, I mean, you get yourself a freaking workshop. You get the blade, the edge grind, the blade grinding attachment, run it through a couple of times. It's fine. I mean, you'll create a secondary bevel, but who cares? You know, as long as you cut with it, use it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But,
Steven
yeah.
had a question there.
Where's Stevie?
Stephen
Stephen
Bush.
Bush. Medford versus tips as users. I mean,
Oh,
I used the one I had. It's a beast.
I think everybody who has one just beats the crap out of it because it keeps on going.
Yeah. Well, I'm listening. They're not. I know that JR wants me to beat the shit out of him, but I probably won't, just to know the cost of them. So, but I'm definitely gonna do the things that I think it should do, and then we'll see how it, works out from there.
You got to hammer one through the hood of your car.
JR, which one can I hammer through the hood of my car? Let me know which one. Pick it, and I'll use that. I'll do a Joe X test. Can you imagine Joe X freaking testing out of Medford the way he does his tests? I think people will lose their minds if they saw that. Honestly, I mean, seriously,
I would like to see it though.
I think if you thought you seen separation from Scab's video, yeah, you'd see some serious separation if Joe X did something crazy with a Medford or something like that on his channel. Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at least the stuff that he's using is not super expensive,
Awesome budget.
so it's not too painful. But like the high-end stuff,
The Medford Tonto is really good at breaking down an engine block. See, that's what I like to hear.
I mean,
And then
I
you use it
imagine
to-
you can do some fine with it, yeah.
Jerbs, I am dying I'm dying to see you with that katana in your hands. I really am. I want to see you cut with it, but be safe, be careful, be very careful. You got to swing that thing right. You could cut your leg very easily with a sword, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through a card. Oh, Bird is in the room. Bird, did I say hello to you yet? Oh, we lost Brandon.
Brandon, come back.
You know what's funny about Joe X? I'm giving away a katana for my 2000, and I told him I think I'll be afraid if he basically wins it because I know what the hell he's gonna do with it.
Put it through a hood of a car.
I want to see him. I mean, listen, I don't give a shit. It is what it is. You want it, you do whatever you want with it. I'm actually pretty curious to see what he would actually do with it. What kind of impulse he would have with a sword in his hand, against his junkyard there.
Just watch him snap the tip off. Oh. Man. So, Samurai, are you still going to work on doing a review pretty soon?
He's getting close. I can understand that he wants to be in full health because you don't want to start swinging and, screw up something else. And,
yeah,
I know he's swinging. He's swinging off camera here and there to see how his strength is progressing. He's getting better. Listen, the guy's fortunate just to basically be in this chat room right now. And he knows it. He knows it because the type of fall that he took, I mean, it's...
Well, I didn't necessarily mean swinging. I meant like just maybe showing off.
Yeah. I've been busting his chops. Every day I tell him, like, Bird, when the fuck are you going to start making a video? We need to come on now. Enough is enough. Vacation's over. Start getting back to work, Bird. Oh, he's learning how to edit. Yeah, everybody's learning how to edit now. Actually, I want to get Brandon in here. I want to talk about his videos and stuff. It's getting infectious, Matt. People are starting to look at getting into doing more quality videos.
I know that means I'm gonna have to start doing it, and I don't edit at all. I push record, do my thing, push stop, upload.
There's a certain it's inbred in me. It's my career. It's my lifelong thing. I don't know how to not make an edited, fully polished, high quality video. I just don't know how to do it. I mean, yeah, I'll put my shorts together. I'll do something with my cell phone, but for the most part, it's got to be a certain way. Like I spend a lot of time on my videos, but I don't just shoot something and post it. I'll spend a day to freaking edit it and put it together and slice it up and do what I need to do. But that's just me. It's not what I expect. It's just the way I perceive things.
I just film and upload.
Yeah,
It's like quick and dirty, or rough and dirty.
rough and dirty. I like it.
I tried editing once a long time ago, and it kept rendering wrong, so I gave up on it.
You got to pick the right platform, and you got to have a pretty good laptop or desktop to start with. You know, pretty good processor, enough RAM.
Oh, this laptop's really good here.
Yeah.
This is a gaming laptop.
Oh, then you're okay. Then you could definitely put a good system on there.
Oh yeah, I just don't know how.
Yeah. See, I love editing. That's just, you know, I love production. That's just what I do 7 days a week, all week long. That's just what I do. You know, I just finished production today and I came on to the live. I mean, I literally put my equipment down, got cleaned up, and I'm back in front of a screen again.
Man. Scott, you're absolutely right, though. I mean, I chopped that tree 3 different times. It took a lot. I was proud of myself that I was able to stitch several different videos together to make one video.
That was cool. You did a nice job with that. It was actually pretty damn comical. I like how you did that. You know, that was good.
That's the extent of my edit. I was so proud. I was like, yes, now I can stitch videos.
But see, that's the satisfaction. That's the type of satisfaction, internal satisfaction you get when you're shooting something well. You put it together, you edit it, you let it look and feel the way you want it to feel in your head. And when you can convey that on the screen, there's a personal satisfaction you get from something that you created. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
It was pretty cool. You wear the same clothes each day, and you got to keep it consistent.
Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that, man. I try. I am Matt. I'm my own worst critic.
Oh yeah.
I find something wrong with every video I put out. Every video, people look at it and say, "Oh, I says, okay." I always find something wrong with every single one of my videos. And I always say, I got to do something different. I got to approach this different. I said this wrong. Or I edited that wrong. Or I should have put this piece in the front, that piece in the back. I'm always finding something wrong with every video I put out. That's just, you know.
I think it's all of us. I do the same.
It keeps you going.
But I just look at it like it's already out there. Too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was hoping there'd be craft services table. There wasn't. No sandwich, nothing.
So, did you have a party for your son today, or?
We did yesterday, and yesterday. Right, just one party for him. Do we have 2?
Well, the aquarium.
Oh, we went to the aquarium on Saturday. He loves the aquarium, especially sea turtles. So we did that, and then yesterday we had a party. He was learning how to blow out a cake. It was pretty cute.
That's cool.
Or a candle. I mean, not blow out the cake. Yeah, the
candle. Well, I think we know what you mean.
But that was pretty neat. I just stitch clips together. See, Stevie, you could make good stuff.
You do it. You just got to listen. Once becomes force of habit. Once you learn the program, and it all starts with the vision in your head. Once you have that vision in your head and you learn the tools, you can start putting things together very quickly. It's just a matter of that fear of pressing buttons and all that stuff. But once you get past that, it becomes second nature after a while. I take a lot of pride in my stuff, Jerbs. That's what I do. It's my job. Yeah, Tony, I like aquarium.
The sea lion blowout. That was an accident, Stevie. Katie was like, I'm going to film the sea lions. And all of a sudden, that sea lion just did what it does. She was kind of disappointed, but I was like, that's funny.
Hold on, Matt. Let me answer my daughter.
Oh, yeah, of course. Looks like it's my show now. Welcome, everyone. Blade Talk with Mattisfaction. Today, we're going to talk about spoons. If you sharpened a spoon, would this be considered a double-edged spoon or a single? Discuss. our scene transfers, the stars, and do the wavy fades. Oh man, I am in control. Stasa 23. Hello.
What I miss? What I miss?
Oh,
Who came in?
I posed a question. If you sharpened a spoon, would it be considered a double-edged weapon or still single-edged?
Well, if you're sharpening all around the spoon, I would imagine it's a double-edged weapon. No, it's a very weird curved double-edged
It
weapon,
would
but
be.
you know,
Is it enough of a curve to make it still one edge, or
I would basically,
Shane.
I would take the spoon and I would hammer it down flat, and then I would sharpen it.
Oh, see, there you go. Okay. Sharp spoon larynx. Ouch. I'll cut your heart out with a spoon.
Can I come up on panel?
We don't know where Brandon went. He just disappeared.
He must have lost the connection, and maybe he can't get it back. I don't know.
I could picture him. He's probably panicking right now. Eat brains.
The collective foil. Can I come up on panel or no? Come up on panel? Are you? I think, is he trying to say to come up on the live?
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you can come up on the live. I mean, I'll share the link.
Careful though. He'll just be laying there posing.
As long as you're not nude.
He might be. I don't
Or
know.
at least show us the good parts, though. You know.
Show us the real hinderer.
All right, so let me copy this. Let me see how I'm going to do this.
Brandon had to go save a kitten in a tree. And you know, he might have.
Hindra, why don't you put your Gmail address in the chat, and I'll email you the link, I guess. Something like that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, do that. Let me know when it's up.
Brand goes full Monty for Joe.
Got to make it interesting.
Spoons are hard as F to make out of wood. I saw someone trying to carve a spoon. You really need that special tool that is a big U shape to carve the bowl out.
Well, listen, that's another also really nice therapeutic hobby, to carve things out of wood. You know, if you have a couple of different blade lengths to be able to get in there, like, you know, and you know, really good carving, you know, knife carving tools. That's also something really cool to kind of do as a hobby. You know?
Yeah, I think it's really neat. We used to do that with soap, and then we'd get sticks and do it. Hook blades, that's what they're called. Okay.
Hook blades.
Internet went down. Just
Internet
hanging in
went
the chat.
down. Probably freaking, you know, when you get that much heat, you get power outages and things start crapping out. I'm surprised we didn't get a power outage here yet with all the freaking heat we've been having here too, because it's uncommon.
Yeah. I made a spoon, but I'd rather go to Wendy's and get a utensil kit. There's a guy named Juggling Ninja, JN. He does a lot of carving, and he makes these cool pieces. This is orange sagewood. But he does cool stuff like this, and it's good for people with arthritis. Something to grip onto, and good texture.
I think in my old age, Charles, I think I'm going to start taking up a lot of these little hobbies. When I got more time in my hands, I think that's what I'm going to do. Start carving things out of wood. Start polishing up my swords the right way. I think I'm going to start taking up a lot of these hobbies that when you're working and you're making a living and you're supporting your family, you just have no freaking time to do. You know, that's my kids. You know, my kids are still fairly young. My son's going to college. My girls are going high school, middle school, so they're still at that age, you know.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to hop off here. Got to go eat dinner with the family over there.
Definitely. And listen, I appreciate, Matt, you coming on, considering it was your son's birthday and all. Thanks for coming in. And
Of
he's saying
course.
goodbye too. Tell him we said goodbye. Tell him we heard him. And tell him
Yeah,
we're
no.
saying goodbye.
Easy, boy. Easy. Hey, I'm almost done. It's okay. 1 second.
Maddie, listen, we got to do this again when we can get Scab in the room, because I definitely want you to you guys talk about the videos and about this whole thing with the,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think it's best for you guys to talk in general because you guys came up with the videos. I was hoping you came in, but it was a pleasure having you on. We definitely got to do this again anytime, brother. You want to come on? I mean, we'll definitely set something up.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate
I would
you coming
definitely.
in. Yeah, so I'm going to be away for the rest of the week. I'm actually going to be away this week. Then next week I'm going to Miami. It's like every week there's someplace I got to go.
You're all over the country.
I'm all over the place.
I had no idea.
Right after I get off the plane from Miami, I have to get onto another plane and I have to go to Minnesota.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. So it's going to be that kind of 2 weeks coming up. But yeah, Utah's like a 5.5 hour flight from me too, man.
And it's over the Rockies, so it gets a little bumpy there.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Damn. But Matt, listen, let me not keep you. Again, much appreciated, buddy. Thanks for coming in. We definitely got to do this again. Have a good night. I'll stay on with you guys for a little bit longer, but Matt, I'll let you go off. Thanks, bro.
Well, I think Brant wanted to come on, and maybe Stevie can come on.
Yeah, if I see his email, maybe I'll have him come on.
But thank you so much, everybody. And I'll be in the chat.
And guys, I don't know why you would not be subscribed to Mattisfaction. I'm assuming everybody in the room is. But if you get this on replays, I've been scrolling his YouTube channel along the bottom of the screen, the whole video. Definitely go out and give him a sub. Matt's a great guy. Love his personality. Love his take on knives. Love his lives. He does a great job. And definitely check out his channel, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And I'll catch you next time.
All right. Love and respect, buddy. Have a good night. Thanks, man. So that was Mattisfaction, guys. I'm going to probably start coming off pretty soon, but let me see if I have anything that I didn't address in the chat room. Try to catch up here a little bit. Getting deleted. I will do it again, bud. Just if you have a way of messaging me on Instagram, I am at Steel Forged in Fire on Insta, all one word, Steel Forged in Fire on Instagram. Message me there, and then we'll try to set something up. Try to get you into to one of the sessions of Blade Talk and all that. Brandon, your internet's still out, right? Because I'm probably going to close it off. But if you can get back in, yeah, Matt is a good dude, man. Matt's a really good dude. Matt's actually probably one of my favorite dudes on the internet of the hand model guys. Matt's my favorite hand model. He's got the best hands. Oh, man, that's freaking funny. You got to laugh about it, man. You got to laugh about all this crap. It's kind of funny what we do, what we're into, what we talk about, the steals, this and that. I mean, if you're a third person looking in, you would think like, and you don't really relate to what we do, you would think like we're all freaking out of our minds, So you got to laugh about the shit that we do. As are you, Jerbs. As are you, my friend. Always, 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 and forever. Is anybody in the room close to Utah, where I'm going tomorrow? Anybody in Utah or close to Utah, Salt Lake City? I'm curious. I don't think so, though. I'm just trying to see if I missed anybody's question, guys, before I come off. I don't want people getting pissed off and saying, I was asking you a question. You guys don't understand. It's hard to keep up with these freaking chat rooms, man. Budget blade review. I'm trying to make scales out of 3 knives, out of wood. I really would love to get into the wood carving thing, man. I think I see people carving things out of wood, and it looks relaxing to me. It really does. It looks like a really relaxing, therapeutic thing to do. And when you really get good at it and you make something cool, you take a lot of pride in what you made. You know, it's I can definitely see why people were into like carving things out of wood and spend hours and hours, you know, in their garages, outdoors, in their freaking chairs, on their benches, you know, carving shit out of wood. You know, I could definitely see that. Where just trying to check the chats, guys. All right. I think I'm good, guys. So anyway, listen, guys. Thanks for joining us on Blade Talk. Pretty long session, about an hour and a half. Love having Matt on. Love having Brandon Thrasher on for a short period. Two great, great dudes. If you guys are not subscribed to them, please go in, give them a sub, give them some love. Thank you, Jerbs, for spreading the links around to everyone in the chat room. I'm hoping you guys went in and subbed to the links that Jerbs put in. Jerbs, thanks for always supporting your moderator position with us, man. Always appreciated, buddy. Much love to everybody in the room. Tony Boombots in the room still. Scott N. Hinder Collector 41. Thanks for joining us, bud. Brandon, if you're still in here. JR, much love to you, brother. Can't wait to actually get really in deep with all your knives. I'm going to give credit to each one of these knives, give them their own reviews, put some shorts out. I really, really want to get a good feel for all of these knives and get a good opinion for you guys as far as what I personally feel about these Medford knives or Medford knives in general, how they perform for me, how they carry. I'm going to try to give you every possible angle. So this way, when I do switch over to Hinderer, I can at least tell you, okay, Hinderer is this and Medford is that. Is that fair? I mean, I guess you gotta basically have your hands on them yourself, use them, and know, you know, in yourself what is going to be the difference between the two models. So I'm actually looking forward to that. Got a lot of good reviews coming up on some high quality knives. Thank you, JR. I got some swords coming in. I got Beiser sending me in samples. I got a new sword company that reached out to me from watching my videos, and they are I'm not even sure the name right now, but they actually produce swords for other companies. So in other words, other companies like Swords of Northshire and stuff like that, they actually hire them to produce swords for them. So now for the first time, they're actually selling their own swords that they make to the public at a cheaper rate, because now there's not a third person jacking up the prices. And they look like pretty good looking freaking pieces. T10 blades, you know, good looking swords, good looking sayas. Everything looks great. So I'm actually looking forward to getting some samples from them to get those reviews in. And also, don't forget, Zisei is making up a sample sword to send over to me as well. So got a lot of things in the works, guys. I just got to find the time to do it when I'm in the country, you know, because lately I haven't been in the state, rather. Haven't been around to stick around too long to be able to get some videos out. But looking forward to some good stuff coming in, guys. Blade Talk, as always. Definitely come into Blade Talk with Scab next. We'll let you know when that's going to be. Much love to everybody in the room. Jerbs, Budget Blade Review, everyone that came in, everyone that joined us, everyone that kind of came in from the get-go and is still here. Shane, Tony, Mr. Tony, Saza23, Alex, John, Addicted to Blades, I Love Knives. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in the room. And please sub to all the channels we mentioned. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you when I see you next Sword or Knife Review or on the next Blade Talk. Have a good one, guys. Good evening. Love and respect always. Ciao.